All right, Jeff Nowak here for WWL Radio alongside the Cajun Cannon Bobby Hebert. We just spent about an hour and a half watching Saints rookie minicamp. Got a good look at 4 of the rookies. 3 of them were absent due to injuries, but obviously a good look at Spencer Rattler. He's going to be the talk of camp. What were the standout players for you today? What are your takeaways?
Yeah, Jeff, it looks like he took every rep except one. And what I'm most impressed in, when you get a bunch of rookies, get back in the huddle. You can't spit out the play in the huddle or somebody jumps off sides. They were pretty efficient. He was getting them in and out the huddle. So that just shows you he has a command of the huddle because they throw a lot at you in rookie camp or even when the veterans come and you have OTAs and minicamp. So you got to be able to grasp it. Today it was like Irvine, California day. The humidity was low. So really a nice day that we got to come witness, and now we're looking forward to the OTAs. But it'll be interesting when Rattler competing to be that backup to Carr. And he's about this size I thought he would be. He's not a big guy, but he can spin it. You can see he made one poor throw in the flat, and then he kind of clapped his hands. He knew you got to make that throw 100%. But the one guy he was counting on, and I could see that connection working in preseason, Bub Means, the wide receiver from University of Pittsburgh, to close out practice. He did 7-on-7 in teams, and to close out practice, he hit him down the middle in the seam. That had been a plus 25-yard gain. And right at the beginning, he hit him over the middle on a dig route, like 15, 20 yards on end. That was the Bub Means. So you could see they have that connection already working. I thought the one that looks like the legit back out there, very confident from Fresno State, is Jordan Mims, number 33. Good vision a couple of times in his cut. They're not tackling, but you can see the visions there. And he caught the ball clean when he was a check down in the passing game. So when I look at like guys that you think have a chance to make the team, or to go from a practice squad opportunity, not practice squad, but tryout to be actually invited to camp. I had taken a note. Good pass defense right at the beginning on 7-7. Roderick Teamer, the safety from Tulane, he had a good pass defending. Also from not University of Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh State, the cornerback.
It's actually in Kansas, which I learned recently.
Yeah. You think Pittsburgh State? No, not in Pennsylvania. Right. It's in Kansas. Rico Payton. Yeah. So a good pass defense by him. Like I mentioned, Gordon Mims, but actually I thought the play was the day as far as a big like splash or chunk type play was to Jermaine Jackson, the wide receiver from Idaho. Nice catch. That would have been plus 20. Looks like he wouldn't have been touched. The ball was behind him from Spencer Rattler, and he caught it down the middle, and he got up. I thought that was kind of the play of the day. You know what they utilize with Spencer Rattler shows his ability. You want to utilize bootlegs, but he was doing bootlegs and going left, and he's a right-handed quarterback, so you got to square your shoulders to be able to make the throw. And obviously, you could see they put that in the meetings. They ran that at least 3 times, and he was always successful. But if guys are wide open, you should be successful, and there's no rush in your face. But it just shows you can go to his left, those right-handed, square his shoulders, and make the nice throw.
No doubt. Just a couple other things. Obviously, Clint Kubiak's first install of his new offense. Interesting look. We also saw Taliese Fuaga working at left tackle. Sounds like they're going to try to cross-train him quite a bit, especially without some of the other guys who might be competing for left tackle early in camp. We didn't see Jalen Ford, as Josiah Ezerum, who are dealing with minor injuries, said Dennis Allen, and then Kool-Aid McKinstry, who is still working back from that foot injury. But what were some of your takeaways from anything you saw from some of those other rookies?
Well, and looking at just talking with Clint, this is the first time we get really to talk to Clint Kubiak. He reminds me of his dad, Gary. I played against his dad. He was the backup to John Elway with the Broncos. This is going back to the 80s, but you can see the gene pool. It looks like, definitely father-son, the looks when you break it down. But I'm intrigued, going to be intrigued, and seeing the OTAs in minicamp and then ultimately training camp, that how they utilize like Alvin Kamara. I think it'll be very similar. Now you got to stay healthy, like Khristian McCaffrey. I think you look at 2 players. Now, who's better? I would say right now, as of late, Khristian McCaffrey's probably better. But Alvin Kamara can do the same things as Khristian McCaffrey, whether it's running the football, his vision, or catching it out the backfield and utilizing him in the passing game. But what Alvin needs to do, he just needs to get back up, and that starts up front with average per carry, where you're not getting hit in the backfield, where you're averaging at least 4.5 yards a run. So I'm intrigued how they're going to utilize him that way. And talking with Dennis Allen, the one thing he also said, like the offense, it's early, and when you're implementing different things, and you might think it's fans don't realize it's just the verbiage and how you call a play. You might have some offenses where a play might be 15 words. Well, can you maybe, so you're not thinking as much, cut that down to 8 words or something? And I think that's what you're going to see more, and I think the players will embrace that more than a Sean Payton, Pete Carmichael type of offense, because it's very, what would be the right word, verbal or not?
Verbose?
Yeah, verbose, where it's like, can we say that shorter? And that's why I always said this, and you see players, Tom Brady's done it even in Tampa Bay, when you're learning a new offense and all that, they're not necessarily dumb, but it's a lot on your plate when you see them look at their wristband. And when you're trying to communicate, instead of the coach having to spit out the play or half of the play as far as formation, motion, what play you're going to run with this particular formation, is this run play 18. So and then you just read out the whole. If it's a lot of verbiage, you read out play 18. Then you might check it on the line. But that's the kind of things that you see more, that I think we're going back to more of that route instead of just the RPOs where they're just putting up the card and you're saying maybe 2 or 3 words to run a play. So how can we make this more specific without getting too complicated, if that makes sense?
Gotcha. Well, he's Bobby Hebert. I'm Jeff Nowak, coming live from Saints rookie minicamp. Make sure to check out WWL.com and listen to WWL Radio for all the rest of the coverage. And we won't be talking to you for a while.
Yeah,
so,
well, I'm looking forward to OTAs. Yeah. So who dat? And we're going to be here Thursday, and Wednesday, and then the mandatory, minicamp. So football's here. Whenever they start competing, because the draft's over, and now then OTAs and what we get to witness. So 2024 season is here. Now, what are the Saints going to do? I think we have to be over. What Vegas got it? 7.5 wins? Come on.
Hopefully it's more than that.
It has to be, Jeff. Come on, or everybody might get run out of town.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
All right. Thank you. Who dat?